Welcome to Integrity Inspire, your daily dose of inspiration and motivation, featuring the bright and talented members of the Integrity Marketing Group family. Now, here's your host, Integrity co-founder and CEO, Brian W. Adams.
Thank you so much for joining today's Inspire podcast. We're super excited for this opportunity. You know what we haven't done lately, Kendall?
Oh, I know.
One thing, you know what we haven't done in a while? We haven't done 2 podcasts in a week.
Oh, I was thinking you were going to say we also haven't had Kendall sing.
I was about to get there. Don't rush me in this. Show gets better. But so we haven't done right. 2 podcasts in a little while. Right. We've had. I mean, this is the first one in February, which is pretty exciting. And then I get so excited because all these announcements. I keep forgetting to ask people to sing. And even you, Kendall. So we did not plan this. We didn't rehearse. We didn't talk. Do you have anything you want to sing for us?
I wondered if this was going to come up today.
Oh.
So I always have one in the chamber, so to speak, in case it comes up. And this particular one, to show you how long it's been.
When do we get to make requests? I mean. We could start making requests. I mean, you got Frozen requests. It's about to be cold in Dallas. I don't know if you've seen this movie, Encanto. Have you seen Encanto?
I sure have. Yeah.
It's so good.
Listen, we don't talk about Bruno. We don't talk about Bruno here, but what do you have in the chamber? What do you have in?
So this one I've been holding on to since we did Colonel Jackson. Jennifer Jackson, based out of Kentucky, when we announced her. So that's how long it's been since I've had a chance to sing on Inspire. Oh. But this one goes out to Colonel Jackson and all of our Integrity family in Kentucky. The sun shines bright on my old Kentucky home. It's summer and everyone's happy. The corn tops ripe and the meadows are in bloom, while the birds make music all day. Weep no more, my lady, oh, weep no more today. We will sing one song for my old Kentucky home, my old Kentucky home far away. There you go.
Nice. You just had that. You just had that hanging out, waiting for the right moment for me to ask. You know, the funny thing about Colonel Jennifer Jackson, on the podcast, she said she had never flown in an airplane. So we had the partner meeting in Dallas at the end of the year, and we got her a plane ticket. We were super excited about her first experience. She chickened out, and they drove. And I was talking to her husband, and I was like, dude, y'all drove? He was like, no, we didn't drive. I drove 2 days to get to Dallas. So love you, Colonel Jackson. It was awesome. Well, man, we've had so much fun here at Integrity. I mean, we've just continued to announce incredible partner after incredible partner. And this is our first ever announcement in February 2022, which is super exciting. But we're adding another amazing partner here to the Integrity family. And I'm super excited to share this news with everybody here, but also introduce you guys to Osborn Insurance Group, who's just joined the Integrity family. As part of this partnership, John Osborn, president of Osborn Insurance Group, will become managing partner here at Integrity. Osborn Insurance Group was founded in Springfield, Missouri by John's father, Gary, in 1993 to provide Medicare supplement products to that area. The agency grew to support over 27 states with a variety of life, health, and annuity products. With a passion for helping agents grow their business, the company has evolved into an incredible IMO that's focused on agent support and giving their customers the best service possible. Now, Gary Osborn transitioned his leadership to his son John in 2003, and today the Osborn Insurance Group helps independent agents and agencies owners propel their businesses forward and has grown into one of the most prominent and successful IMOs in that region. Now, John and his team were looking to grow and be even more successful, and that's why they're joining the Integrity family today. And now that they've made that leap, Osborn Insurance Group will have access to all of our shared services, resources, and technology and products so that they can focus on serving even more agents that will ensure their business will continue to grow. And I am so excited to introduce John to the rest of the Integrity family and for you guys to hear his story. Congratulations, John. We're super excited to have you here on the Inspire podcast and super excited to have you as a partner.
Thanks, Brian. We're all just as excited to be joining Integrity. This is a big step for Osborn Insurance Group, and we're looking forward to everything it's going to do to help our agents serve more people and allow us to grow.
Well, dude, we are super excited. In fact, I just got a text from David McNerney, one of the best guys in the world, fellow Kansas Chiefs fan that we're all a little let down right now. But he said, wow, another amazing partnership for the Integrity family. John and his organization brings a level of professionalism and a level of knowledge that you just don't find every day. Congratulations to John, Gary, and the entire team. The entire family here at Integrity is excited to have you guys join. Well-deserved, very excited for them for the next chapter. So thought you would enjoy hearing that from David just to kick off here. I'm getting a lot of texts from a lot of partners. Laura Kimball just texted. She said it just keeps on getting better and better. So what a fun day. So tell us a little bit more about Osborn Insurance Group, how you got started, and how you guys evolved as a family business. And I understand that your 93-year-old grandmother actually started in the industry, and then your father, Gary, started the agency. So tell us a little bit more about that story.
Yeah, that's right. My grandma was in the industry long before many women were ever involved. She has some pretty amazing stories about that time, and she was the one that got my father into insurance and kind of spurred him along. My dad started Osborn Insurance Group in 1993 after working with another insurance company for 14 years. He's retired now, but we've been partners for about 20 years.
Wow.
When I was in college, I didn't know I'd end up in the business, but at one point I took a break to live in Yellowstone National Park in Canyon Village, then came back to study. When I was finishing up my degree my junior year, I worked in fine dining to get through school, and that's when my dad said, why don't you come work at the office, just answer the phones, make coffee, do administrative tasks, and so I did. I quickly learned that office work was a pretty good deal. I thought, shoot, I could get my license and start selling this stuff too. It didn't take long before I realized I'd rather stick with insurance sales than continuing on my path at school. My dad connected me with local folks who administered a group health plan for a large local hospital. That transitioned into volunteering for various industry associations like the National Association of Health Underwriters, National Association of Insurance and Financial Advisors, flying out to Washington, D.C., doing lobby work in Missouri, and going up to the Missouri State Capitol and just advocating for favorable legislation on a state and federal level. In 2012, I became the president of the Missouri Association of Health Underwriters.
Wow.
And that was a great experience for me. I also started to enjoy working with the agent side and started to recruit for the agency. So I've been the agency leader for about the last 10 years, but I didn't become an official employee until I purchased the agency from my father in July of 2018. Although my dad's retired, he still has an office here. He works with me more as a mentor and friend now, and we continue doing the things that make us successful. At Osborn Insurance Group, we've always thought of ourselves as a concierge agency. We strive to cater to our agents. We put them in the best position, pass along opportunities, and watch them grow. Our folks are family to us. We have barbecues, Christmas parties, and lots of ways to connect with agents. A lot of these people have been to my home. I've been to theirs. We just have a deep connection that brings even more loyalty. It's an approach that has helped our family feel happier and allowed us to succeed. And I feel that integrity will help us continue to do those things because integrity is about family too.
Dude, that was such a great story. Man, you've got an interesting background. So your grandmother is 93 years old.
Yeah.
She started in the industry. So, look, we've got this belief that we love just recognizing people across the board. I mean, just recognizing kind of the strengths of everybody. And one of the strengths here at Integrity is our women in leadership. We've got some of the most amazing women leaders that are in this industry. And your grandmother starting in this business when she was 93 years old, like you said, that was probably really rare back then. Tell us about your grandmother and kind of what her personality is like and how she got into the industry.
Well, that was way before me, Brian. But, she's quite the fire pistol. As she likes to say, the Osborns have boar in their blood. And she is a really good reflection of that. She really lights up the room, anywhere she goes. She was a heck of a saleswoman, great family person, still up in the Kansas City area. She drove a manual transmission until she was mid-80s, and even though she can't see too good now, she just loved to get out there on the road. We've gone to Florida a couple times with family, and, she'll say and do just about anything in order to get a laugh and be the star of the show.
That's awesome. Yeah, so both of my grandmothers have passed away now, but my dad's a funeral director, and my dad, when he was 18, started working at a funeral home, and ended up, his dad died when he was young, so I never knew his dad. But the guy that he went to work for, the family he went to work for, and then ended up becoming partners with, and then bought their funeral home, they became family to us. And so Nandad and Meemaw, that's what we called them, were my other grandparents. So I was like this lucky kid that had like 3 sets of grandparents, and they've been just like my grandparents and just family my entire life. And so Meemaw's still alive, and she just celebrated her 100th birthday, and I went to see her over Christmas. And so Meemaw started having macular degeneration where she started losing her eyesight in 1983. So she's been legally blind, for a long time. I mean, for most of my life. But she is the smartest person ever. She could tell you right now what the stock market's doing, what's going on with the 10-year treasury. I mean, she's like she was the business minds around the business, frankly, and just one of the smartest people I've ever met. And it's funny, whenever I was in college, I remember she was one of these people I just sat down and I just respected because she was just a force. Sounds like your grandmother. And I remember asking her, essentially, like, what do you recommend I do? And I graduated from college, and she said, you need to figure out something to help older people like me because, one, there's a lot of us, and we're going to need help. And it always kind of stuck with me, part of the whole idea. And I think that's part of what got me into insurance in the beginning, especially senior market insurance. But it is remarkable. Every time I get a chance to be with her, it's remarkable what you can learn just from that wisdom and that, she's hard of hearing now and, she doesn't get around as well. But, I think a lot of people, don't spend enough time with our parents or grandparents and we're not guaranteed any day with them going forward. And so those are things every time I go home, like one of the things I'm most excited about is going to see Meemaw. And she sounds like very much of a force like your grandmother. And man, I assume you and your dad just owe a lot of debt of gratitude for her and getting into this business, and thank God, you got into this business. But I can't imagine all the life lessons that she's taught you over the years.
Oh yeah, absolutely. She's a great person and an inspiration to our family, and sharp as a tack, still really active, and just a pleasure to be around.
That is so cool, man. It's one of those things. 93 years old is I will never live to 93. My wife probably will, but there's no chance in the world I will. But I just, it's amazing to think about all those that they've been able to see, and that they've been able to experience over that time. Whenever you got into the business, so you were in Yellowstone, you were in Yellowstone, and then you came back. First of all, Yellowstone, by far, I think one of the most pretty, beautiful places I've ever been. And that had to be tough to leave that lifestyle, come back to Springfield and roll up your sleeves and get to work. What was it about insurance that kind of, you said working indoors was attractive. What was it about in this business that got you excited?
Well, in the beginning, it was just a job to kind of get me through school that my father offered to me. And, I just, clients and agents coming in and just asking questions that had an opportunity to just know the answer and learn about the business and some of those solutions that you start to provide for folks, it just gives some form of instant gratification that other occupations just don't provide. And I kind of fed into that. I thought, gosh, this is great. You learn how this works, and you can help people, get them into safe harbor on their, financially. And if you know what you're doing and you do it the right way, then you have an opportunity to help people really keep them from financial catastrophe. And that was just a gratifying thing and made me feel good. It's always kind of been the core. And then you could also, you have the capacity to make a decent living at it by helping people. And so that's what fueled the fire and just wanted me to always do more.
Yeah, dude. There's so much wisdom in that statement. I think if you look for something that you're passionate about, and if there's a way that you can serve others, help other people, and really truly add value, my goodness, man, that you can have just an incredible life and frankly not feel like it's work. I mean, there's days, let's all be honest, there's days that are better than others, but man, when you're passionate about serving others and helping others get what they need, and that's in kind of in the industry, frankly, but it's just it doesn't feel like work in a lot of ways, which is so cool. I was talking about on our kind of as we were warming up here, my gas went out in my house in the middle of the night, and the gas company shows up, and the main guy who's here, like, fixing my stuff was just as good of a guy as possible, and he said, I can't come in your house, but I'm going to stay here until I make sure everything is back on. And I'm, like, getting in the attic to change. Here in my house, you got, like, hot water heaters in the attic for some reason. But, he's like, I want to make sure everything is set. And let me explain to you, because I don't know, like, have you lit a pilot light in a long time, so I'm kind of, like, learning from this guy. But it was cool because you could see that this guy, it wasn't work for him. It was about helping people. And those are the people that you step back and you go, man, like, I want to be more like them. And the coolest thing, this is a maintenance guy or a technician guy or whatever. The coolest thing he says whenever we're done, he says, thank you so much for being our customer. We really appreciate you. And I'm like, dude, that is so cool that this guy, on his, like, just his passion really was, coming through. And that's one of the things I think about, you guys and what you're building there at Osborn Insurance Group is you've always had this passion about serving agents, helping them, help their clients and help them be successful in everything that they do. And it seems like what your dad and certainly your grandmother, but you're building, that culture is all about how do we really come alongside people and serve them better. And that's, I think that's one of the reasons that we're so excited about partnering with you, because that is part of the ethos here at Integrity is that same kind of service. And I hope we can all be just like the guy who came to help me today. I'm saying thank you. Like, thank you. Seriously, thank you for being our customer. He didn't have to do that. I was just glad he was here. Like, I was thanking him, like, thank God you came out, and we didn't have like a gas leak. But I just love that about what the culture you guys are building. Did that come naturally for you, or is that something your dad, like, how did you guys create that culture of like truly serving the agents?
It's just gratifying to find solutions for folks to help them, either achieve their goals or get into a better position. I mean, it just, it may be a little bit more few and far between than what it was in the past, but it just comes naturally. It's easy and just makes sense. And it's really the best way to grow a business and create a culture, because people do stuff because they want to rather than just being told to do it. And that's just a different set of circumstances as you work together and work towards anything.
That is awesome. Well, man, on a personal note, so we codename all of our partnerships, and this one was called Project Land Cruiser. And I understand it's because you have a true passion, not only about serving people, but you also have a passion for four-wheel drive vehicles, especially Land Cruisers. Tell us a little bit about that, man.
Yeah, I have a completely restored 1979 FJ43 Toyota Land Cruiser, and it's a head turner. We had it built in Bogota, Colombia, by the FJ company out of Miami, Florida, and it's just really fun to ride around in. Family, friends, everybody loves it. The Toyota Land Cruiser, we didn't get a lot of production in the United States, about 10%, but they're very popular throughout the rest of the world and kind of rare in the U.S. Most of them went to the Middle East, Australia, South America, or, a lot of third world countries. It's really where Toyota got their foothold on the market is, places that didn't have roads that were developed. They created these four-wheel drive vehicles that connected the cultures. People use these vehicles to take their wares or supplies into town on undeveloped roads, and it was oftentimes what connected the rural folks to their families and helped them sell and buy goods, and to connect them to the rest of the world. They had to have vehicles in the Amazon, as an example, in order to get, from point A to point B on roads that just weren't paved and very good. And, 40, 50 years later, it's like these cars are still in service and people love them, and it seems to hold true in America. Well, it also, I think it reflects some of my personal values. If you need to get somewhere, then you just got to put it in four-wheel drive and just do what you got to do in order to get there. The Land Cruiser is unique. I'll have people standing out in the parking lot waiting to talk to me about it as we come out of the store. I've learned that folks have an affinity for these kinds of vehicles, and they all want to share their stories. I've had little old ladies in the cold and rain tell me about, how they owned the vehicle or got pulled out by one, and these things are rare, but they just seem to be memorable. It's a lot of fun. It's sort of a weekend vehicle. I don't use it as my go-to four-wheel drive. My daughter and I and other friends, we've taken a couple of 6,000-mile round trips, camping, visiting sites across America, but we used other vehicles for that, and it's some of my fondest memories. We've driven out to Moab, Utah, Yellowstone, Yosemite, Glacier National Park, and other places across the United States, and I just enjoy getting away from the office, the computers and phones, and seeing the United States of America and experiencing nature firsthand. And these kinds of vehicles are a great way to do it. I kind of keep this close to home, but we've got some other stuff that it's just nice to get out and kind of have a simple lifestyle for a while.
Yeah, that's awesome. I just Googled 1979 FJ43 Land Cruiser. Dude, those things are cool. I have, you don't see them, they are really rare. You don't see them very often, but when you do, they are head turners. What color is yours?
It's a Toyota Factory Heath Gray, so it kind of looks blue or gray or kind of greenish, kind of depending on the light. So it kind of stands out a little bit more for some reason.
That is awesome, man. What a cool story. I knew we were talking about Project Land Cruiser a lot. Now I can't wait to see your Land Cruiser. That sounds really cool. And I love just the different stories that you hear of people being into different things in a lot of different ways. And as you kind of, you just share that passion, it makes me want to do part of that. And that's part of, I think, what we're trying to do here at Integrity, especially with Inspire, is share stories to invite people in, to make it where you're more normal, and people can get to know kind of what excites you and motivates you, and then where you understand more behind just the person. In fact, we are super excited. We announced Senior Insurance Marketing with Mike Roth this week earlier, and hearing about his story about wearing a cowboy hat and the history behind that, and about his nephew really endeared people even more to him, going, man, I've known Mike forever, but I never knew why he wore a cowboy hat, which is really, really cool. And so I love hearing this story about you and your Land Cruiser, because that is very unique and inspiring as well. Well, man, John, we're super excited. In fact, I have gotten a lot of text here that people, man, are super excited. In fact, Mike White just texted and said, the Osborns are a great addition to the Integrity family. Gan McNerney, one of my favorite people in the world, just said, Gary and John are fantastic, and they have built an amazing company. So proud to have John as an Integrity partner. We have a lot of partners who are super excited about sharing their congratulations with you, but I want to start off with Larry Drennan. Larry asked to jump on and be the first Integrity partner to welcome you in. Larry, you there, buddy?
I'm here. Hey, good morning, guys. Very exciting day, John. So much want to welcome you into the family. Just incredible having you in. And I remember, John, the very first time that we met, it was up in your office in Springfield. At the time, yours and Gary's office. And you took a lot of pride on showing me the tools that you built to help your agents. And back then, you were manually building an electronic spreadsheet to quote MedSups. And we no longer have to do that, man.
Thank God we got CSG.
Yeah, CSG came along and we all signed on to it. Then it got better because Integrity Marketing Group came along and we partnered with Integrity, and they partnered with CSG, so we're all in the same family now. But Brian John is an incredible marketer, bright man. I mean, when we'd go into their office and he'd show me this tool, and the next time we'd visit, John, you'd make it even better. It was impressive because not too many people have that talent and still be able to market and sell, and you could do both so well. But just welcome to the Integrity family. You and Gary have always been so special, and we love having you in.
Thank you, Larry. We appreciate it. Always enjoyed working with you, and thank you for the compliments. It means a lot to us.
Hey, thanks a lot, Larry. Appreciate giving Nikki a big hug for us. We also have Lance Holke on. Lance, are you there with us, man?
I am. John, I'm happy for you, man. I'm happy for Gary, too. It's a long time coming. John and Gary are two of my original relationships in this business. So it's pretty cool thinking about the beginnings and now fast forwarding to today. And for those that know him, I mean, John's a campfire guy. We use that term around here. He's one of us, kind of person I like palling around and seeking out when we go to functions. He's a great addition to the Integrity family. I consider John a friend. Somebody said you read a text, Brian, talking about John's knowledge. And John's got a great mind for this business. So I agree with whoever made that comment. He knows the history of this industry. He understands the political dynamics of this industry. He kind of takes pride in those things. I seek him out for advice and perspective when I'm trying to make a decision. And John, welcome, man. I can't wait to hug it out when I see you.
Thank you, my friend. It's been a wild ride and glad to be part of the family.
That's awesome. Hey, Lance, it was great to hear your voice. Did you hear Kendall sing Old Kentucky Home at the beginning there? That one, since you're from Kentucky, hopefully you got a kick out of that too.
Yeah, I think I'd rather hear the young lady sing from now on.
That's awesome. Well, hey, we also have Joanne Ray joining us here from McNerney and Senior Marketing Specialist. Joanne, you there?
I'm here. Can you hear me, Brian?
Yeah, I hear you great.
All right. Well, good morning, John. What an exciting day. Couldn't be more proud to welcome you to the family, although for your organization and our organization, we've been family for a long time. I remember Gary was actually one of the very first people that we ever worked with I think you said started the organization in 1993. So that must have been the day that I came calling on him as well. And it's been such a great friendship and partnership. And Gary's just always been one of my all-time favorite people in the industry. And then when he was smart enough to bring you in to run the business side by side and then take it to the next level has been just such a treat to watch. But you know, Brian, for me, it's always so interesting when we hear these backstories of where our new partners came from, and the people are just always so interesting, and John definitely fits that mold as well. And a couple things that have always stood out to me, John, in addition to all your adventure that you talked about, if anybody on the line ever has an opportunity to go out to dinner with John, I highly recommend it. With his culinary background, it is a joy to sit down with John and just let him take the menu and order for you. But that's always one of my favorite things, as well as Lance mentioned too, just the advocacy that you have worked tirelessly over your career, working for all of us, working for every agent, from working with NAHU and other organizations, being that advocate for what we do and showing the importance of what our agents do on a daily basis. So just couldn't be more proud to welcome you to this new family and continue the family relationship and friendship and continue to grow together. So welcome, John and Gary and the whole team.
Thank you so much, Joanne. I'm looking forward to having dinner again here soon.
Let's do it.
Me too. Invite me. It sounds like an amazing event.
We'll come to Dallas, Brian.
There we go. Well, hey, thank you so much, Joanne. First of all, John, man, congratulations. It's so fun to hear the excitement of our partners who are so excited about when they have other friends join the family, right? And that's one of the coolest things culturally that we're building here that I'm just super honored to be part of. And so we're announcing this tomorrow. It'll go out in the press release video. Please make sure you like and share that around social media and otherwise. But John and Gary and your entire family, we're super proud to be a partner and cannot wait to see where we can go from here. So congratulations, buddy. We're excited for this announcement.
Thank you, Brian. Glad to be part of the family, and we're excited about the future, too.
Awesome. We're going to have a lot of fun. Congratulations again, John. I can't wait for this announcement tomorrow. Hope everybody has an amazing day and the rest of the week. I will say, again, make sure you check your calendars on Monday, because Monday's Inspire. We are going to a different calling platform because this never works for me. So we're going to change it up, and hopefully it'll work better on the next one. So congratulations again. Hope everybody has an amazing week, and excited about this new partnership. God bless you guys. Take care.